All right, now it shows you how to reheat crawfish. Now I'm gonna show you how to make crawfish bisque. Now we got some crawfish that we had from a crawfish boil, yesterday or whatever like that. And as you can see, I still got the whole crawfish plus the tail meat on these things. That's good if you got them in the fridge and you just like, man, I really don't want to heat these motherfuckers up. So right here, I saved some of the crawfish water from the crawfish boil. This is essential because this is where most of the seasoning is coming from for the bisque. I got a little sherry cooking wine right here. You kind of just add that in gradually as you're cooking, and I'll tell you that when we start putting it in there. Got some black pepper, some heavy cream. We got a strainer and a whisk. You're gonna definitely need that. Strainer and a whisk, a bowl, a blender. So here's a still shot of everything that you would need. Okay, so now we're taking the crawfish and we're putting them in the blender. Now, on this first run, I filled the blender up all the way to the top. I think it was like 9 cups or something like that. But I just put all the crawfish inside of here. Once you load up all your crawfish, see about 9 cups. Once you do that, you go ahead and pour the liquid inside, about the same equal amount, about 9 cups as well. I still got some juice left over. And now, in this shot, I'm getting my pot together. So I got me some butter and 2 tablespoons of garlic. I'll break that down to it melts down. And then I'm blending up the coffee shells and the coffee shells. Taking that and I'm pouring that inside of the strainer with the bowl that we had. It's kind of thick, so I think I'm gonna cut the speed up. Now this one, I'm just shaking it out, getting a little bit of that juice out of there, rocking it back and forth inside the strainer to get as much juice as I can. But you're gonna need a whisk at this point. So then I take my whisk and I just, stir it inside of the strainer to get that juice and separation from the juice in the shells. Yeah, so work that whisk. Eventually it'll look like that, and you get all the juice out of it. Then you can discard that, throw that away. So here we go, I'm picking it up to 3 in the blender here, and now it's moved. You can see that it's blended very well, and here's the results of everything after we strained everything. So this is a triple distills process. So we're gonna take that same strainer, put it over the bowl that we had the crawfish juice in, and then we're gonna pour that liquid in the strainer and strain once again to get any shells or any large fragments out of the liquid, because this is a soup base and it's supposed to be creamy, and you definitely don't want to have no shells in your soup. So then we do the same thing like we did the first time. We pour it in the strainer and we whisk it until everything falls from the bottom into the pot. Keep on whisking it. As you can see, liquid's in there. Like that color. Real nice little pumpkin color. There we go. And as you see, boom. All the liquid from that pour has went to the bottom. As you can gonna refill it, make a little hole, kind of get some of that stuff out of there. Now this process is a little messy, so make sure you have everything ready to go. Now here's our garlic and butter, kind of broken down already. Butter's already dissolved. I would prefer using unsalted butter in this process here. Unsalted butter, because you got a whole bunch of salt from the bisque already, so you don't want to add too much salt. I did notice, let's get back to it. So now we got the strainer in the pot with the garlic. Now we're gonna pour that liquid one more time into the strainer. And as you can see, it's flowing at the bottom. It's flowing at the bottom. Now we're gonna just let the liquid come to a boil. As well as we're gonna go ahead and, whisk it one more time, get all that juice out. But you want the liquid to come to a boil. before we started to add the heavy cream and the other ingredients in. Put a little salt and pepper in there. Like I said, I wouldn't put any more salt than what it has, so just use black pepper. I just had this salt and pepper combo in my cabinet, not using it for. So, pepper, no more salt. And we adding the heavy cream in. We're gonna add it in slowly and gently, a little bit at a time. It's cool. You know, don't be in a rush to make this dish because you can mess it up. So we're gonna pour the heavy cream in gently, slowly, and we're gonna start whisking from the middle to the outside. Here's the sherry wine. Again, with the sherry wine too, just gradually pour the wine in. Go back to your whisk and just go ahead and whisk that up. Got some more heavy cream in there. I think I'll probably add a little bit more sherry wine, and then you can kind of taste it too. Just at this point, you should know how you want it to taste. Still a little salty, I would say. So I started adding extra peppers and stuff like that, like pepper sauce. Here we are, just adding some more cream. Yeah, real slowly, real gently. Now, if you wanted to thicken up a little bit, I got the cornstarch and the hot water. Mix that together, and we're going to pour that into the bisque as well, and that will thicken your bisque up. You know, some people use flour, you can use that too, but make sure you completely dissolve the flour or the cornstarch because you don't want chunks in it. After we added the cornstarch there, you start to see the liquid kind of give a glossy type of look to it, almost like it's like thickening up as it's cooking. There it is, crawfish bisque. You go to a steakhouse or a good restaurant, you probably spending about, decorated like that, about $12 to $13 a bowl. So now you can make your own at the house. So a little things I would add to this video, the bisque is a little salty, so I will counter that with pepper. I use some hot sauce, put it in there, and what I noticed when I use the hot sauce, the saltiness and the spice from the hot sauce kind of met each other at the middle to where it balanced it out, but on the back end you'll get a spice. So your palate might still have the spice because I use maybe like a quarter of a cup of hot sauce or something like that, depending on how much you're making. That bisque I made, it was a whole lot. So kind of do your measurements as see to fit, like make sure you're tasting. And to thicken it up, you also want to use hot water and cornstarch, or if you want to use flour, just make sure the substance is completely dissolved before you add it in, and slowly add it in while you're whisking. Most of these shots was first person, so it's a little jumbling around, but it's okay. You'll get through it. This is just to show you how to do something outside of the norm or something that you wouldn't think that you can do with your leftover crawfish. Once again, it's your boy, The Food Plug. Make sure you subscribe to my channel. Make sure you like us on Facebook. Make sure you go ahead and follow us on Instagram. If you guys need any catering, please hit us up and make sure you guys buy an apron. All right, catch you next time.